Once upon a time, there was a baby named S. To most people, S grew up on a normal street in a normal town. But inside her house, S and her family were especially special. In fact, they were the champion breeders of the largest predator habitat in North America. S's whole life, she grew up helping her parents with the essential household chores to take care of their family pets, feeding the pet crocodiles, herding the wild boars, grooming the lion's mane, petting the scorpions, cleaning the hippopotamus moat surrounding the house, and synchronized swimming lessons in the piranha pool. Some people might say,
"Those animals are too dangerous."
Or even,
"People and predators don't mix."
But S always followed the rules, wore her protective armor, and treated all creatures with respect and responsibility. Generations of S's family had never had a problem, and between S and her parents, they watched over dozens of predators. In fact, the three of them owned over half the predators in the entire town. After all, the bigger the danger, the bigger the responsibility, and S was the most responsible child. That's why for years, S had always listened to her parents, done her homework, and saved her allowance so that one day she might buy her very own pet snake. S had researched everything there was to know about those legless vertebrates. She was even the 5 millionth member of the National Reptile Association, founded in 1871 as the premier reptile education organization in the world. But one summer, while S was patching the wild boar's nest, she noticed a squiggly movement under the straw. To her surprise, a baby serpent was hiding under the warm debris, scared and alone. It didn't look dangerous. In fact, in the sunlight, it looked beautiful, almost friendly, but S knew better than to pick it up on her own. After all, over 8,000 children go to the hospital every year because they find a reptile and don't act responsibly. So S shouted for her parents, and an adult safely transported the small snake to the great serpentarium where it could be fed and found a good home. But S didn't want to give the serpent to someone else. Didn't she find the serpent? Shouldn't she get to keep it? After all, it didn't hurt her. In fact, it smiled. That was her snake. She knew it. So the next day, S sorted her allowance with the money from her tooth fairy jar and snuck back to the great serpentarium to buy the snake that she had fallen in love with. The shop owner said the snake could be hers after a 3-day waiting period. This seemed very reasonable to S, so after 3 quick days, she returned to the store with her favorite backpack to transport the snake home to hide in her room. The rest of the summer was paradise as they took sunbaths in the window and squirmed in the bed covers. S's parents didn't need to know about her pet. After all, S was a responsible snake owner. But then the summer ended and it was time for the school year to begin again. S was sad to leave her snake at home alone all day. She got up especially early to complete her chores and trapped special bugs for her serpent to eat. That day at recess, the other boys and girls were talking about their adventures over the summer.
"I got a pet snake,"
S stated proudly, but one boy responded.
"Ha! A pet snake? It must be slippery."
Another scolded.
I've seen snakes in the movies. They bite.
"Oh no,
Explained S.
not if you're careful."
But many of the children started laughing.
You're crazy. They have teeth.
So does a dog. And a cat has claws. As long as the pet owner is responsible, everyone is safe.
But S's classmates began walking away in disbelief, whispering behind her back.
She's such a liar.
One said.
Probably doesn't even have a snake.
Said another.
What a stupid pet.
S was